How could someone so young play so well?
It doesn't take much strength to play a violin. What it does take is an extremely fast nervous system.
Every normal human being begins to walk about the age of 1, throw about the age of 2. With prodigies, we're really looking at two things. One is, do they start earlier than other people? And second of all, how quickly do they advance? Even if the child doesn't start earlier than other kids, the child has a spurt so that within a year or two, he or she is years beyond other kids.
These are just very, very gifted children who are tremendously aware of their own bodies. They're aware of their bodies in movement. They're aware of timing, just to a greater extent than the average.
The usual prodigy is expected to be very agile, not to make any mistakes, to be technically a virtuoso. But as kids move into adolescence, we begin to pay more and more attention to whether there's some soul there.
Well, I think ever since I started the violin when I was 4, I've tried to be a great musician, you know, not to be like someone or try to be a famous violinist, but to be a great musician. And the audience is an important part of that because they help you be who you are. And if they come together and you can feel their presence and that they're enjoying your concert, then I think that's when you've reached your goal.
You're a performer, you're playing for 40 minutes or something, you've got to hold the attention of the audience or they won't pay to see you again. In addition to holding their attention, you know, you want to do something extraordinary.
What we're talking about is whether somebody can be an emotional prodigy. Can somebody who's 10 or 11 years of age have the range of experiences that we associate with an adult? It's the kids who really can do very convincing performances once they've come into adolescence are essentially ones who've begun the work of analysis earlier, maybe in an unconscious way, but they aren't just suddenly shocked when they realize that there are many ways in which you can perform something, and each way reflects a different understanding of the piece of music.
I try to think of the beginning, when the orchestra comes in, as a lake, very quiet, very still lake, and when the solo violin comes in, there can be two ways to play that. You can play it in a very romantic way with a lot of energy and a lot of passion, which you can play like this. Like that. Or this is the way I prefer it. You can do it in a very classical manner, very quiet and very serene. And I've been doing it like this, and I think I like it better. Which gives me a very quiet start, and then I can build up my energy and hit it right here. So this way I have a lot of energy here and a lot of passion to give.
Imagination is an essential tool, because simply what imagination is the ability to imagine lots of things. See, if you can't imagine things, you only have one choice, and maybe a good choice, but a lot of times it's not. If you have imagination, you can keep trying things out. You try this, does this work, does that work? That's what artists do, that's what composers do, that's what performers do.